connected, you got to reconnect to the Wi-Fi.
You know what I mean?
Mm. Try that out. Try that.
Hey guys, I apologize. My my Wi-Fi kicked me off. I'm trying out this new Wi-Fi, y'all. It's T-Mobile. I'm trying out the T-Mobile Wi-Fi, and it's I think, yeah, I think I need to go back to Spectrum. I think I need to go back to Spectrum. I was just on a live previously, and it may be this third-party app that I'm using. So I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna actually try it on the actual YouTube live, and then we'll see if it holds up. But anyways, yeah, it's only good in some spots. But they said the T-Mobile said I got the spot for it. They said that my area is good for the T-Mobile network. Spectrum never let me down. But Spectrum is dirty. Spectrum is very dirty.
During the subscription.
Yeah, like
Dirty though.
you know they're dirty. Like they're charging me $115 a month.
But it's
And then when I call a cancel, oh, we can give you $50.
Why do you do that?
Because I don't like playing games like that. Because if I'm a loyal customer and you have $50 available to me, you said I was a loyal customer.
Okay, how about
You said I was a loyal customer. Why can't you be like, hey, we got a discount for our loyal customers. We'd drop you down to $75 a month. I would have stayed. But instead they increased me the next year.
Now, what if you called in and saying, hey, I want to quit? But not really, but just to get that discount.
No, that's what people do. That's the game that you have to play. You got to call and say, hey, I'm finna cancel. I'm going over to T-Mobile. Oh, why you want to do that? Yeah, because I'm going to T-Mobile. Oh, well, we got a $50 discount for you. Oh, you been had a $50 discount for me. Why I just didn't want to have to call in. I didn't want to have to call in to get it. You should have gave me an email that you had it for me. So because you want to play those games,
they're not messing up the speech with that price though.
Yeah, because you want to play those games, I'm out. Skip y'all. But anyways, man, I'm on my live talking about because they kicked me off, y'all. But anyways, we talking about this Forex money. So yeah, sometimes you have to go with the major companies for the stability, unfortunately, but yeah, they're all expensive than they should be. Yeah, I'm moving to Mexico. That Wi-Fi might not even be good out there either, huh? It's cheaper. I was thinking about it being cheaper though. They gotta have good Wi-Fi. They gotta have good Wi-Fi there. How's the businesses working? How's the businesses? You know what I'm saying? All right. So look. So listen. So if the U.S. dollar, if the Fed does not cut the rates, the interest rates, if the Feds do not cut the interest rates for the Dixie, for the dollar index, then this is going to climb higher. And that's why we have the golden zone sitting here, because we need to know where it's climbing higher to. And as the Fed cut the interest rates for the dollar index, if they don't cut the interest rates for the dollar index, then GBP is going to drop some type of way. Like look at this on the chart. Here's the chart, y'all. This is the GBPUSD. It doesn't look like it's going to drop. You know, but it is under the golden zone. So I could see a situation where it climbs into the golden zone and just pulls back for a little bit. Not completely drop, but it might pull back and test these levels up in here. So I could see that if the dollar index gains strength by the Feds not cutting the interest rates. Okay. Now listen, you guys are talking about USDJPY. Okay. What I'm telling, anything that has the dollar in it, what I'm telling you goes for that. So I'm giving you the game. A lot of you guys want me to just mark up certain pairs. I'm giving you the actual fundamental side of this. We got to know how the banks are moving the money, and we got to know how to move. We got to know how to move. Let me see. Appropriately. We got to know how to move appropriately. All right. Now look, what I was about to show before my Wi-Fi cut out. I was trying to show you that this is why you need to be using the Fibonacci. Whenever the market is on a higher time frame, like the daily and stuff like that, or I'm sorry, whenever you're on the daily time frame, it's very important that you use these the Fibonacci. Because look, and especially when the market is trending. You see the market trending, pulling back. Trend, pull back. Trend, pull back. You see that? So whenever the market is doing that, it's very important. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry about that. I got a little cough. It's very important that you use these Fibonacci. So look at this. Let me show you this. Look, I'm not making this up. All you got to do is go from the high point to the low point and wait for the pullback. Literally wait for the pullback. And I don't know why you guys don't use it enough. Look at this. How did this thing go all the way up here and literally pulls back at the golden zone, at the gold area? This is not fake, guys. This is why I use the golden zone, the Fibonacci, so much. Because when you're trying to get into these trades from a trend standpoint, it's very important. Look at this. From this low point, the market trends and comes up here. I'm not counting this because this is a fake out. That's a spike in the market. I'm not counting that. I could. I guess I could if I really wanted to. But guess what? You don't touch it until the golden zone breaks. If you want to get back into that trend, price got to break the golden zone. But see, my thing is I'm not marking it up there because that's fake. That's a fake out. That big old, that's a liquidity grab. That's not normal. So guess what? I'm going to ignore that. I know that that was just y'all taking our money. I've been doing this for too long. I know that. I know where to put the fib at. So guess what? By me understanding that, I catch it at the golden zone for a retest.
When did you start using the fib?
I start using this this Fibonacci probably. I ran from it for years, for 4 years. So now I've been trading for 9 years. So about
four minus 9.
So about 5 years ago, I've been trading the Fibonacci for about 5 years now. Now here, let me show you one more thing here. Here's one right here. Price comes right here. For about 4 years. Okay, for about 4 years. Now price comes at these 2 points. Price bounces off of here and shoots up and does a little pullback. Let's put a Fibonacci right here. Price does not come to the golden zone. I don't want y'all to think like I skipped over that on purpose. No, I just want you to know that it's not going to always come back to the golden zone. That's fine. But we got multiple times where it did. It tried to. It tried to come close. It tried to. But as soon as price made the higher high, that was your key. That's the part. So you want to catch it down here at the golden zone. But if you can't, you just gotta wait for price to break the structure. And then go like to an hour chart and get in for a buy. So let me replay this. So we couldn't get in at this retest because it didn't come down far enough. You see that? We wanted it to come down to the gold box, the golden zone, but it didn't come down far enough. So all we do is just wait for that structure right there to be broken. Let's go down to the 4-hour chart. That's the 4-hour chart. You see how it all makes sense? Why you couldn't catch that? Why you couldn't have caught that? Let's go down to the hour chart. Why you couldn't have caught that? See, we didn't catch it. We didn't catch it right here because it didn't come down far enough to our golden zone. We really, from the daily chart, we really wanted it to come down here and bounce. But that's okay, because now I'm just going to wait for you to break the structure. And this is all coming from the daily chart. So I'm not trying to have a Fibonacci class with you guys. I'm just trying to show you why it's very important to use the Fibonacci. So let's go back and look at current price. So now we're back at current price, and I just gave you an illustration of how powerful the Fibonacci is. That's why I have it up again on my current price. So if price breaks through here, we're pretty much going to probably test these supply zone, the supply zone up here, this blue area. We're probably going to test that level right there. And it's not going to happen in one day. You know what I mean? It's going to be over probably a couple months. It's probably going to take a couple months to get up there. That's cool. But as it take a couple months to, if it breaks the golden zone, as it take a couple months to get up there, and we're working in May, just remember that GBP was going to cut rates twice by summer. Don't forget that part. They're planning on cutting rates twice by summer. So it'll be a perfect time for it to drop from up there. Oh, we all on top of it. So I need you guys to subscribe and turn the notifications on all so you don't miss the updates that I'm going to be giving you guys. And we're going to track it Monday through Friday. Today is Monday. I'm going to go live again tomorrow. And we're going to keep tracking price. I'm going to go live on Wednesday. I'm going to go live on Thursday. So you guys need to hit the subscribe button. Double tap the screen if I'm lacing you guys up tonight. Now, I'm not sick, but my chest has got congestion. So I can't talk too much because I'm going to stir up that phlegm and be coughing all in your ears. So right now I'm doing good, but I'm probably going to end the stream here soon because I gave you all the information. That's the only reason why I came on here to give you all the information real quick. GBPJ. Oh, somebody said gold. So the same with gold. All right. So look at the dollar index. Look at the dollar index is going to do the opposite. Another pair that you can look to help you gauge on what the gold is doing is CHF. USD CHF. So let's look at USD CHF together here. So USD CHF on, let's go to the hour chart. Let's see if I could go side by side. All right. So I'm going to do USD CHF on the right side of my screen. And then I'm going to do gold on the left side of my screen. Do you see any resemblance? I'm going to make it nice and clear for you. So do you see any resemblances? So you can use USD CHF to help you make a decision on gold. All right. Now look at this. Now let's go over to the dollar. Oops. Hold on. So we got USD CHF over here. And then over here, we want to put the dollar up. Okay. So now let's look at this. I wish I could show you more of the screen. All right. So take a look at these two. So when gold, when the dollar and the dollar index, this is the dollar over here. This is the dollar. And then this is gold. So when the dollar is going up, gold is going down. So you guys that are struggling with trading gold, all you got to do is look at the dollar index. Just go look at the dollar index and make some sense of what's going on this chart. Make some sense on what's going on with this structure. What is price doing on the dollar index? Oh, the dollar index just made a high, pull back down here, and start pulling back to the golden zone. That's what the dollar index did, right? So let me show y'all what y'all can do, because y'all making this stuff too difficult. It's not that difficult. So you mark up that, and then you mark up the golden zone. So now as price gets up here to the golden zone on the dollar index, you look at gold at the same spot to take a buy. So what does that look like? The dollar at when so when the dollar was pulling back to the golden zone, when the dollar was pulling back, gold was dropping, working its way up. You could get in on one of these buys and make that money. That's 1,300 points, 1,365 points. That ain't enough money for you. Now, here's the thing. We're in December. So I wouldn't be trading too much. But this is the thought process. All right. So if you want the trend line on TradingView, you go over to the area to the left side of the screen. So you see this right here? You see this right here? This is the trend line. So go over here on Trading View and tap this, and then there you go. You can get the trend line. And then you can just put the trend line. Y'all know how to trade the trend line. So I wouldn't be surprised if gold probably shot up. Look at this. So you didn't want man, there's my chest. That phlegm starting to flare up. Sorry, y'all. I might have to hang up. I don't want to be coughing in y'all ear the whole time. But I wouldn't be surprised if this came up a little bit. We right at the golden zone. So if you want to trade gold, I would be patient. I would wait for that golden zone to be broken. I would not take a buy until that's broke, until price closes and break above it. That's a fact. Somebody said, why don't you use divergence? Because it doesn't happen all the time. And divergence, I traded divergence and lost with trading divergence. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Um, excuse me. But the divergence doesn't happen enough. The way that I use it with price and the RSI. All right, so here's the RSI down here. And if we go white and then take this off, you see how there's no divergence here. The market, the RSI is going lower, and this is going lower. They're both doing the same thing. This is starting to go up. The RSI is starting to go up. So there is no divergence. I would need for the RSI to be doing this while price is doing this. See, they're doing two different things. So it doesn't happen enough. Now, I do trade it. I do trade it when it happens. I trade it when it happens, when I see it, but it doesn't happen enough. So I have to be patient and wait for it. But I'm not going to sit around and wait for divergence. I got many different tools in my toolbox to make trades from. I got a real skill set. And it's very optimal. So my trades are optimal without the divergence. And the reason why my trades are optimal, my entries are optimal because I know where the money is at. I follow the banks. We call it FTB. So we're not touching this until price break this golden zone. All right. Yeah, I'll show you the tools, but I want to explain this gold. Somebody asked gold before you asked about that. Gold is going up once resistance is taken out. Yeah. So now look at it. Here's the thing. It's deeper too because I understand that, hey, If we break the golden zone, the 50 still might be creeping right here. The 50 moving average still might be creeping. So we might have to be even more patient when price break the golden zone, because it's going to be running into the 50. So we're going to have to be extra patient. And it's cool. Because why can't you be extra patient in December? Like, you know what I mean? The market is gonna be slow in December. You got to pick your spots and get out. Somebody said only take buys on gold. That's your preference. That's your preference, because I understood that this was a sale right here. That was a sale. That was an easy sale. It came from all the way up here, a rejection, dropped, pulled back. Like, that's the easy sale. That's the easiest sale in the world. You can take sales, but I understand, B. Scott, because you're probably saying, look, take sale. I mean, only take buys, because most of these people out here are rookies. Most of these people are rookies out here. So they getting in at the wrong spot. So if you're going to get in, you might as well get in for a buy. The problem is, though, if you get in for a buy at the wrong spot, one of these drops can take your money away from you. Like, it can bleed your account if you catch a buy. A beast guy said take only buys, and then you get in for a buy and this thing drop 1,000 points. That's terrible too. You feel me? That's drawdown. That drawdown was very unnecessary. So you just gotta know your spots, B. Scott. You feel me? You just gotta know your spots. Absolutely. You just gotta know your spots. That's it. That's it. Now somebody said something about some moving averages or something like that. B. Scott said I meant the moving average. So how do you set up this moving average? I got a video talking about the 50 moving average on my YouTube channel, but check this out. I just show you how I just pull it up. Go to indicators and type in simple moving averages. Now, do you see this one says simple moving averages by Stocks Inbox? That's the one you want, Stocks Inbox. And when it comes up, it's going to have all of these little numbers and stuff, and they're going to be turned on. It's going to look like a mess. It's going to look like that. And you just got to turn all those off and only keep and make sure number one is 50. Close. And then just make it green and red. And that's all to it. Yep. So guys, basically, like, you really want to be paying attention to the MyFX book. Okay? Download the MyFX book, MyFX book, because we need to watch these interest rates. Okay? So on Wednesday, the US Federal Reserve is expected to cut 0.25% on Wednesday. So 0.25%, okay? If they do that, if they cut it, then the dollar going to get weak and GBPUSD is going up and it's going to break the golden zone that I just marked up for you. We're looking to take buys in that situation. If the US government, if the Federal Reserve do not cut the interest rates, okay, if they don't cut the interest rates, then the dollar is going to go up, and GBPUSD is probably going to go down a little bit. For how long, I don't know, but let me show you one more time. If the GBPUSD go down, we do have the golden zone on the daily chart. So we still need to keep this golden zone on the daily chart no matter what. Okay, because it could probably go down here just to start working its way back up. And we got that golden zone right there. Because once it breaks this golden zone, we taking buys up to this supply zone up here. This blue area right here. All right, so that's the plan. So just right there, that's what we're going to look for. I'm not going to go any further. Subscribe, turn the notifications on all, because when you hit the notification bell, YouTube is going to put it on personalized. Make sure you change it to all. So every time I go live at a random time, I don't know when I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live every day, but ain't no telling when. So you got to tap in. All right. You got to turn the notifications on. All right. But I'll see y'all tomorrow on Tuesday, and we'll be looking at some charts, and we're going to be tracking price together. All right. And if we can catch some trades, we'll catch some trades. All right. Hey, don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And let's make this money, baby. Peace.